Now, the R45 rough supports 2 cartridges. One version can be 3 dedicated functions and is considered high efficiency for water-saving states like California. The other cartridge can have shared ports and up to 5 functions. The rough is the same, and the cartridges for your installation ships with the trim. Now, the valves are solid brass and made in Canada. You may order the valve in half-inch NPT PEX or expansion PEX connections. On all valves, the hot inlet is at 9 o'clock and the cold inlet is at 3 o'clock. There is no reverse cartridge for the R45 if the lines were to be installed in reverse. This is the stud bay. This model is wood, but you may see installations in the field made of 2x4 metal. The first feature is a plastic guard to protect the valve after installation and during the mounting of the solid surface or tile. A plumber will estimate the finished wall and then position the stringer accordingly. The installation depth is a generous 2 inches minimum and 3 1/4 inches maximum. And if needed, there are 3/4 inch and 1 1/4 inch extension kits. The guard has indications that clearly show the minimum and maximum measurements. The service stops are in the open position on removal from the box. To operate the stops, use a standard slotted screwdriver. The stops are open when the slotted receivers are at 3 and 9 o'clock, and you simply turn it to 12 and 6 o'clock to move to the closed position. You will notice that there is a service plug that allows for flushing of the valve prior to the installation of the actual thermostatic cartridge. The cartridge will be supplied with the trim. This is a service-saving step that prevents the cartridge from being damaged prior to flushing. So what we're going to cover today is how to sweat a connection and what the procedures are as far as removing the parts and pieces that may be damaged by heating the valve. The R23, the R45, and the R51, they all share the same type of stop. This stop is held in with small clips. It's very easy to remove these clips, remove the service plug, and then make your sweat connections. The R23, the R45, and the R51 all share something which is good for the installer. There are installation mounts called dog ears that are on the valve, placed at 11 o'clock and 5 o'clock respectively. The valve itself was designed with a flat back so that you could screw this down onto the stringer and then adjust the stringer into the wall for the correct depth. Meant to work in a 2x4 wall, this is a quality valve. So now let's review what we need to do to make a sweat connection. First of all, you have to remove all the bits that may be damaged by the heat. As you can see, you have some rubber parts here, and then you have the plastic service plug. They could be distorted or damaged so that they wouldn't work properly. So you've seen that I've already removed the hot side stop, removed the spring clip. Next, we are going to remove the service plug, and then finally, we are going to remove the cold side clip. These are spring clips that come off easily with needle nose pliers, and then once the clip comes off, we remove the entire stop. Now we're ready to make that sweat connection. The valve was designed so that the inlets would accept a 1/2 inch copper tube. The installer or plumber would make his sweat connections. Now with the sweat connection made, we've already installed the hot side stop and retaining clip that's here. Next, we put in the service plug and spin on the nut. And then finally, we insert the cold side stop with the slotted screw being at 9 and 3 o'clock respectively. Final step here is to put in the clip that holds in everything. The clip is easily manipulated with a pair of needle nose pliers. Once everything is back together again, we're ready to install it into the stud bay.